By you guys tonight with only 8 guys.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a tough game for us, just with all, lack of bodies. Playing last night, and a lot of us played big minutes, but we just knew that they played 3 games in 3 nights, so they should be a little fatigued as well, and we tried to use that to our advantage.
Especially important to win these games against teams. Obviously, they're a struggling team, and you can't let these ones get away.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to be a good team, you got to win the ones you're supposed to. And I think this is one of those ones. They had a couple key guys out as well, and this is really an important game for us at home. Since we've been struggling so much, and their team has been struggling, so we needed to take advantage of it.
What you won too, Deron. You had a healthy lead there in the end, and then you cut it back a little bit. And you had a home run. Is that something you guys can build on?
Yeah, I think anytime you have wins like this, you look at them and you keep fighting, you keep scrapping, even when things don't go your way at the end of the game. We found ways to win. We missed free throws, but we got the stops when we needed them, and that's what's most important.
Deron, are you trying to conserve your energy there in the first half? You just didn't take as many shots, and you started to get going in the second half.
Well, they were, I was getting some good looks, but also they were, doubling me, and I was trying to, find guys and get other guys involved. I wasn't really trying to conserve energy. 8 shots? That's a lot of shots. 8 shots? That's a lot of shots.
The first?
Is the mentality behind, if you're in rhythm and taking a lot of jump shots, do you want to go to that more, or do you look away from it, take it to the hole a little bit more, or you?
I was just taking what the defense gave me today, and the sets that we ran, allowed them for me to come off of pin downs, and my jumper felt good, 15 to 18 foot range, so I was taking advantage of that.
You work with what you have, obviously. You had Marshawn going for a while, he's not there, and Anthony had a big going, and now he's not there. And you still keep going. What's sort of driving you at this point?
Try to get as many wins as possible. Early on in the season, I was letting it affect me, too much, getting too down. And so I'm just trying to be positive. And, I know it's a tough situation we're in. We're all, with all these guys going down and being hurt. I got to take it upon myself as a leader of this team to try to, step up and make plays on both ends of the court.
How important was it to have the bench guys step up the way they did with the depleted roster?
We have to, or else we're not going to win. We only had 8 people. We got out before the game, went to the huddle. Our little huddle, and I was like, "Where's everybody at?" Like, this is it. So it's kind of hard to do, layups before the game with 8 people. You get tired because it's just like you're just going around and around. But hopefully we get some guys back here soon. Get the next 2 days to try to recover, and we got 2 more.
Given the way between the fact that you guys had such a tough game last night and depleted roster, you got to be happy with the effort from everybody tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good win for us. The way we battled tonight after that tough win yesterday. We spent a lot of energy, trying to fight back against the Indiana team, and like I said, we knew it was going to be a tough one tonight, but we had to find a way to get the same effort, and I think we did for the most part.
You're about to play a lot of games at home. That Toronto game wasn't so good the other day. How important was it to,
It was very important. We gotta get some, establish some important advantage. We haven't really taken advantage of the games at home. And now we have a little home stretch. Besides the New York game, we gotta look to get on a roll here.
How big was that bucket by Bogans late?
Very big, very big. They were doubling me at the end of the game, and he made a great basketball play. Saw the back of a defender's head and he cut to the basket and made a great play.
Last surprised with the 1.8 left. He's on the floor there. He just signed him today. He's out there.
I knew we were going to need him, especially once Amo went down. He was going to have to play some minutes for us tonight, but he came in great shape. He's ready to go. He's been working out, so I wasn't surprised at all.
Last 6 games, you're averaging just under 27 points, just under 9 assists, but more importantly, you're shooting over 50%. What has changed for you?
We're just playing a lot better together. Early on, there's no continuity, no consistency from anywhere, and it's just we're playing good basketball now. We're starting to get comfortable with each other and making basketball plays, and things are coming a lot easier.
Are you looking forward to seeing the See what the hype is on?
I played against him in the Olympics. So
oh, you got
I played against him before.
You ever gone into a game with just 8 guys?
We had a year in Utah. I think we probably went in with 8 guys. Guys kept dropping similar to this.
Coach alluded to your positive spirit recently. Is that something you are developing more, or something you?
I love it, man. That's it.
Good answer.
That's it.
Team motto.
Team motto.
No, not yet. I felt a little, I felt my wind was there, but my legs got a little shaky. What am I, 21 games behind? So I'm going to try to play catch up as soon as possible, but it felt good to be out there. Like I said, it's going to take me a minute to get in basketball shape. But, it's a lot thrown at me today. I played like 15 minutes, trying to learn plays, but it was fun. I had fun playing out there.
The prediction was 12. It worked out to be 17 minutes, so you played actually 5 more minutes than Avery thought you were going to play. What about that shot that you hit your first bucket, a minute 37 left in the fourth, and it was probably one of the biggest shots of the game?
I just saw guys standing around. I seen Deron with his back to the basket. He's been telling guys to cut all game, so I just cut. He hit me. Just wanted to get the ball up on the basket.
Simple as that?
Exactly. Keep it simple.
What were you saying out on the floor? Did you feel like you were moving NBA speed?
I felt like I was moving at times, like when I got tired. I mean, it's going to take me about 3 or 4 games to really get back in the flow. But, yeah, my legs got a little shaky. I got a little winded. And if you can work out all you want for playing 5-on-5 in the NBA, it's not like pick up ball, don't master.
Up 3, 1.8 to go. You surprised to be on the floor up there?
Oh yeah, I definitely was surprised to be on the floor, but that shows that coach got some confidence in me. I mean, it was defense. Probably if it was offense, I probably would have been on the floor. But I think it was going to be a tough defensive, so we need to stop, and I think he'll probably have on the floor.
Now, as a defensive guy, do you have to learn his defensive principles and all that stuff?
Well, in the NBA, most of everything is the same. It's just the terminology is different. So now I got to. Well, what I'm used to calling one thing is not the same no more, so I'll get confused. So I just got to keep going over the plays and the playbook and figure it out.
When you were out there, Keith, it seemed like you belonged. Did you feel like that?
Well, I just wanted to play. I've been away from the game, since the season started, and it felt good just to be out on the floor. And my first game back to get a win, I told the guys, "Thank you. I'm back in the NBA, and I got a win. Can't get no better than that."
A little surreal to make a fourth quarter basket like that. Crowd roaring. 48 hours ago, you were back in Orlando at home.
I mean, it felt good. It felt good, but I'm a basketball player. It was a minute and 48 in the first quarter. It was a minute and 48 in the fourth quarter. I'm gonna play the same way.
Thank you. Thanks, Keith. Big win. You're back home. Did you feel the crowd into it tonight?
A little bit. It was a little dead early. We had to find our own energy, and once we picked it up and started playing well, they had a reason to cheer and get behind us.
What about Keith? He signed today. He gets here today. Just a walkthrough this morning, and hits probably one of the biggest shots of the game. What can you say about Keith?
He did a great job. The things he does don't show up on the stat sheet all the time. He plays extremely tough defense. He makes the right plays, makes the right cuts, leaves areas open for guys to work. All that stuff is just as important as making shots. And, he's a vet. He knows how to play the game. We're happy to have him.
And just 8 guys tonight, Jordan. What does that say about the team? Coming off that almost comeback against the Pacers last night, and then you come out and you beat the Pistons. They only have 8 wins.
It shows how mentally tough we have some talent on this team. We have to continue to play, trying to make strides despite injuries, sicknesses, whatever goes on. We still find a way to continue to grow as a team, and that's important. So as guys start coming back and start getting on our roster, we'll have to continue to grow and continue to find our identity.
Do you see something building here?
I think so. We know y'all. Just getting familiar with each other, spending time on the court, getting very comfortable. And now we're a bunch of guys who are friends playing out there together. It's rubbing off and it's showing results.
Jordan, what was it like for you getting to start off the ball?
Whatever I can do to help, I'm just happy to be in the game. Whatever they put me on, off the ball, try to get D-Will good shots, space the floor, whatever I can do.
Yeah, obviously you do that during games anyway, but is there any difference to it when you're starting the game that way?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in too many playmaking positions tonight. I was more shooting or at the end of the clock. Got the ball swung to me, so that was a little different, but just try to be aggressive and try to play the way I know how to play.
Right, exactly. So many players out. For us to continue to fight that spirit, find a fight, and continue to do that. We showed that in Atlanta. Came up a little bit short, but we want to have the same energy coming into our hometown, and just play with the same energy and fight.
What was your mindset, Shelden, before the game? Like an hour before, it went from 9 to 8 guys. So what was going through your mind when you knew you only had 8 dressed?
I mean, when we all came out in the huddle before we stepped on the court for the first time, we looked around like, is this all? It seemed like everybody's dropping off right now, but that's just the way the season is. A lot of teams are dealing with that same issue. We can't use that as an excuse to continue to find some energy and the spirit to go out there and continue to fight.
What does it say about the great 8, as Avery called you tonight, and the resiliency getting this win against the Pistons?
It says a lot. We showed our colors today. With all the adversity we was going through, we still managed to somehow find a way to win, and that's what we did.
The only way to get the basketball shape is to just.
Thanks, Shelden.
Thank you.
Come back against the Pacers last night. An hour before the game, you thought you had 9, you went down to 8. And one of them is Keith Bogans, and as Fred said, that's like 7.5. So just the effort of the team tonight and what they put out and what they put on the court.
Again, when I come into a game, I'm just expecting the unexpected. And like you said, we thought we had our lineup set. We thought we had 9. We knew Anthony tweaked his ankle a little bit last night, but we thought he was going to be ready to play. But doctors checked him out and just couldn't give it a go. And we were down. I told them they were the grade 8 tonight. And that's the only way you can look at it. I told them that before the game. I told them after the game. We normally give a set of nets to the guy that's kind of the quote-unquote most valuable player of the game. But, we kind of cut it up in 8 pieces tonight because each one of them deserved it. I can go on and on down the list. Everybody contributed tonight. And even Keith Bogans, he came in and had a big bucket for us. We hadn't had a cut like that to the basket. Darren and I were laughing about it. We hadn't had a cut like that to the basket all year. And he made a big bucket for us. So again, tough game for both teams. Both teams obviously have some of their key players out. We only had 8 players. I thought Keith Bogans was going to play probably 12 to 15 minutes tonight. He got 17 minutes. But great leadership by Deron down the stretch. Jordan Farmar made some really big threes. Shelden Williams gave us a big boost in the first half with his 3-point shooting.
Were you impressed with Keith? I mean, he basically signed him today, and he just went out there. He looked like he belonged, too. It looked like he was ready to go.
Yeah, we tried. We had to have somebody to try to slow Tayshaun Prince down because he's a tough cover, and he did a good job on Tayshaun. Fortunately, we forced him into some tough shots, and, for us, we had to try to win the rebound game, and we did that today.
Hey, when we talk about Tayshaun, the way Sean Williams defended him on that, I think it was the shot where they were going to tie. Can you just talk about that little sequence there?
Yeah, again, I just think we were trying to, they were baiting us into switching our point guards on Tayshaun, and he hurt us in that situation. So we wanted to stay big on him and keep Shelden Williams on him, keep Bogans on him as much as possible. If we needed a late switch with some of our big guys, but again, we just had to get our point guards off of Tayshaun because they gave us problems in that situation. So fortunately, our guys adjusted. Fortunately, we did a good job of defending the 3-point line. Jerebko made one there that was tough. Even Walker Russell, made 2 on us tonight. So fortunately, we made a few more threes. Had won the rebound game, which I thought was important.
Avery, you did have an 11-point lead at halftime. You did have like a 6-point lead late in the game. It's really close game when it comes down to it. Are you just pretty much just looking at it half full of the glass and just not worrying about the fact that they came to so close?
Oh, absolutely. It's an NBA game. They're an NBA team. They've been searching. They want to win just like us, and they got good players. They're a young player in Brandon Knight is a good-looking young point guard. Made some tough plays tonight. For us, we just needed to get a game and get one at home. All right, so we're going to be obviously in this region for a while, in this area for a while, even with the one road game that we have coming up. So again, give the guys off tomorrow. We'll have a little walkthrough before the game on Friday and see where it goes from there.
And with Deron, you talked a couple of times now about his leadership in his games and stuff. I mean, what really clicked for him? When did it turn around for him?
I just think, when he just realized this is our team, we got to just go out and play. If he has to play with, Gaines and Jordan starting at the 2 and 3 spot, it is what it is. And I just think he's really gotten great positive spirit right now. His energy is good. His leadership is good. And I just think right now we just concentrated on the guys that his teammates who he spend a lot of time with on the road, with dinners and lunches and doing whatever they do on the plane. And they're really just building a bond. And even though Brooks injured, Brooks still in the mix. You know, he's still there watching shoot-arounds in every film session. And I just really like the bond that they're building. And, you know, one of these days, all right, I'm not going to sound like a preacher, but one of these days we are going to be healthy. And, you know, we're going to be a much better team.
As far as Friday, do you know whether you'll have Mehmet or Anthony?
No, I don't know at this point.
Does it get confusing when you have 8 players and 4 of them last name is Williams?
And you're starting 3 Williams? It's funny. I was trying to see what type of enthusiasm our public address announcer was going to have, you know, in introducing 3 Williams. But again, that's where it is. All three of our Williams guys are significantly important in their own way to us. And Sean Williams was big with his 3-point shooting. Shelden with his defense on Monroe. I know Monroe had 21 points tonight, but you know his work inside is really, you know, contagious for us. His 7 offensive rebounds. He helped us get off to a good start. We built that, you know, 12-point lead primarily because of Shelden's defense.
Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you.